What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I had fun making the last tips and tricks to shipbuilding of Starfield, so I figured let's do it again because I had fun doing it. So here we are again. Um, I have the Reddit pulled up right now. This is a good place to go to if you need an idea of something to build. There's also some tutorials on here. So like this guy just built. This is a newer thing. He built the Planet Express from Futurama. You can sit there and you can watch. This guy built a pirate ship. I got a couple of my favorite ones I found. This guy built an X-wing. Pretty cool. This guy built the Imperial Star Destroyer. That's pretty cool. The Razor Crest. This guy actually showed you what pieces. It's pretty cool. A NASA space shuttle was pretty cool. A crab, which is kind of funny, and then also this is the Futurama ship, and where he eventually made a tutorial. So go to this place; it's awesome. It's essentially the same thing as No Man's Sky. Coordinate exchange. If you've ever played No Man's Sky and you don't know what this is, you definitely are. You're doing yourself a disservice for not using this. But this is for Starfield, so this is definitely a good place to go if you need to get an idea. But yeah, so this is that's the Reddit page. Now let's get into some ships here. Like I said in the last video, you have different locations for specific companies, right? So in Deimos, for the Deimos, which is kind of like this style ship, right? So you have your sleek, your lined, kind of militarized ship. That's in Deimos Shipyard, which is around Mars. You can go there. Then you have Hopetown, which is in the Volo system. Mars is in the Sol system, if you didn't know. You have Hopetown, which is in the Volo system. That one's Hopetech, so kind of like this more curved style here. This is not, but yeah, kind of like this curved style here. That's the Hopetown. Then you have the Taiyo Tower. Taiyo is, let me see if I can pull up some at piece, see if I have any. Nope, I passed it. Cockpits. Yes, this is Taiyo. So Taiyo's like the more like smooth edge as well, kind of like more NASA spaceshipy, kind of like the NASA spaceship you saw on Reddit, right? Kind of like that. Then you have the Taiyo Towers in Neon, so you can go there and visit that. That's over by the Ryujin Tower, same place. Then you have New Atlantis, which is in Alpha Centauri. They have specific things. You have the key. The key is on the Kryx System. So I would progress through the story a little bit, join the Crimson Fleet, and then go to the key. The key is awesome for selling anything. You have the trade authority there. They don't. So when you fly into the key, they do not check you for contraband. So it's a perfect place to sell contraband at. I personally chose to join the Crimson Fleet because I was arrested. So and I was pissed. So I was like, I'm gonna join the Crimson Fleet. So I did that. Another good place is the Den. The Den is in the Wolf system, which is next. I think it's near Seoul. You can also go there and sell contraband. They do not scan you when you arrive, and they have some good stuff too. I don't know if they have like a brand there that they specifically have when you customize your ship there, but they have a ship customizer as well. And then Stroud Eklund, that's in Neon as well. It's not near the Taiyo Tower, but it's in the same, like that same main street you can go. It's right there. And then Akila City, which is in the Cheyenne, I think is how you say it, the Cheyenne system. But each one of those things have specific modules and specific items you can only get from there. But yeah, so let's get into. So one big thing, right, before you even start making your ship is traits. I think that's what their skills, right? So my skills, we go over here to tech. So I have maxed out Starship design. I would do that because you can install cutting edge, experimental, superior, and improved modules, right? So that's really good for you. Piloting is huge though. So piloting, you can utilize ship thrusters obviously, but once you update it all the way, you can update or have the best class ship in the game. So this is what you really want because you can go faster and farther. And the better class of ship, the better the weapons are. So like when I'm fighting people, I probably 4-shot people, like shield and all, just the whole thing, just 4-shot. So it's pretty easy. Other than that, I haven't really found any other ones that like really help you. This might help you in some spots, but I don't have it. So, but this is a really the piloting and starship design are two traits that are very big when you're designing your starship. Okay, all of your class items. So my shield, right? So if you look on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see that there's a class for each item. So I need to the reactor, everything needs to match. The only thing I've found that hasn't needed to match is this shield. So this is a B-class shield. You get it for completing the Vanguard storyline. Or not storyline, after you join the Vanguard, you're able to put this on your ship. This is the best shield that I've found, at least. But everything after that, though, let me delete that. Pretty much matches, right? So I can't have a B-class reactor with a C-class engine. It's just not going to work. Your connections are huge. So this is my main ship. So let's say I have like this engine itself right here can only be connected right here on this point. So I can't have it. Like here's a perfect example. There's one that I can't. So you see how I can't put that on that specific piece, but if I Control Z, I'll get it back here. And I put it on this side. You see how it's a side? I put it right there. Boom, it clicks. You get an error message. The error message is like you have a right here. So right here where it's have an error comes up, unattached modules, right? Also right here, ship exceeds max length, width, and height. That's a huge one. I think the max width or length is 40 meters. 40 by 40. 40 by 40 meters is the max width and length. And height is probably, is a height on there? I don't even know how to measure the height, but there is a height limit. Let me go back down. On your PC, if you see what I'm doing here, I'm pressing R and F. That brings me up and down. That's also a big thing. Like if I'm trying to connect, like if I'm trying to connect it to this and I'm doing this, right, it's not connecting. It's because I'm too high up. So I need to go back down. And boom. But anyway, so let's say you get the message that you have unattached modules. If you're on your ship, right, and I've had this multiple times where I'm on the ship and I'm like, everything's connected. I don't understand what the heck's going on. If I double click, the whole thing is selected, right? So then I can see that this one's not highlighted. That means that this is not connected to the ship. So then I can just drag that, double click, boom. Now we're back. Now everything's good. One thing you can kind of do with that, right? So let's say I'm making a ship like this where I have wings, or essentially wings. If I Control click, you also do that. So I can move multiple things at the same time. I've moved this away. So now obviously this is all disconnected. If I want to move the whole thing again, I can just go like this. So let's see how I need to connect the whole thing. Boom, now I can move the whole thing. Boom, nominal again. So where I select all, awesome. This is also another thing that I did not know initially, right? If I select all, I can change the color simultaneously. So I can change it to, oh, that's not black, there we go. I can change it to all white, boom, easy. I don't have to pick each individual piece, which is what I did initially. This actually looks really good. And change the color. You can just change the color. And let's say I do want to pick each individual piece, like if I were to change it to this color, the cargo hold for me would not be this color because I think the black is too much. So if I press enter, now that color is saved. So if I press J and I go change the cargo, that color is there. So if I want to, boom, I want to make it black or whatever, boom. So now it's the white, the color I want, press enter, now that color is saved. When I go back, white, black, red. Awesome, perfect. When working with mass, right, because every single item has mass. If you see mass 5, mass 12, mass 3, the more mass on your ship, the bigger the engines and the bigger the reactors and grab drive have to be to pick up the ship and go. Same with landing gear. Like this is the reason why I have so many pieces of landing gear is because my mass is so high. And the higher class you go, the heavier things get. So which kind of helps, right? So right now I have every single piece that I can have because it's maxed out, right? I cannot, if I press Control G, which is copy, I have exceeded my module limit. But yeah, so Control G is copy. So if let me delete this so I can actually show you. Control G, copy, boom, I have the same thing, colorize it all, same thing. I can move it to wherever I need to move it to. This helps out when you are making wings, kind of like this, where if you want it to be mirrored, right? So if I the only thing you can't do, right, is this. If I control click all these and move it, I cannot do this and control G. It doesn't work like that. You have to click each individual piece that you're trying to copy and then mirror it to the other side. So if I, if I do that, boom, 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 move it, and then I want to delete. Now that's gone. I can just sit here, control G. Oh, I was pressing Windows button. Control G, move, is the same thing. So I'll just put that right there. I'll put this right here. Copy this, and just keep going piece for piece until you have the entire thing on the other side. Control Z lets you go back. Let's say you did something you don't want to do anymore. Then you can control Z and it'll take you back. If you see here, right, when I was talking about the skills, specific items are based off of the skills you have. So this one right here, this cargo piece, it holds 1200 cargo, and it's awesome because it's a lot. But the only way to use that is if I have Starship Design rank 2. And that goes for everything. Wait a piece here. I go to engines, right? I scroll down to get the good engines, right? Look, on the bottom left corner it says Starship Design, Starship Design, Starship Design, Starship Design. Yeah, so it's pretty much Starship Design. But I cannot use, unless right here, so my class C, I can't use class C unless I'm piloting. My piloting needs to be up. So Starship Design and piloting are two really big things. If you're trying to get into shipbuilding and trying to be a better pilot when you're facing up against legendary ships or any type of ship combat, piloting and Starship Design are going to be your two go-tos. Other than that, I can't think of anything else. If you guys have any questions, I'm down to answer them. I'm enjoying this little Starfield. I've made 2 videos so far on it. It's kind of fun. I'm enjoying it. So I like talking about the game. I really enjoy the game. I haven't started my New Game Plus, but I'm thinking about starting my New Game Plus here soon. I can make more tips and trick videos if you guys want. Just like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you like it. If you don't like the video, dislike it. Don't subscribe. Delete me off your feed. I don't know. But I hope you guys have a good night.